Hello everyone, this is Vicki Verley. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly tarot scopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Sagittarius. Hi Sag. Welcome to your July of 2015 tarot scope with Animal Totem card. Somebody was asking about this thing. It's no different than shuffling in my hands. There's absolutely no difference. As far as cards turning upside down or whatever, I would be holding them in my hands like this. So it's just the only difference is I'm not pounding the cards on my hand all the time. So I kind of like it better because it's like it lets these cards just kind of slide out a little easier. I kind of like that. I'm going to start with Sagittarius. Oh, look at that. This is for July of 2015. I want to tell everybody that I'm booking out. I'm doing the best I can, but it's about 3 weeks wait, which isn't that terrible. If you're booking a reading with me, you can find out how to do that by following the goods and services, as well as how to get my book that I wrote on tarot and my deck that I've created that we're both going to be using here for this month. But I'm doing the best I can. I have to replenish myself. And I do add on days that I would schedule days off. I fill them in all the time trying to, get to everybody. And I want to do the very best I can. So if I'm burned out, I'm not going to be doing the very best I can, And you call for a private reading, I'm tuning in just to you. And I do get a lot of visions and psychic stuff. But, there's a little bit of a wait. For some reason, and I heard another reader saying this, people have just been really trying to push it sooner. And I'm doing the best I can. And I would love to give you a reading, but right now we're about 3 weeks. I'm going to start announcing that every month where I'm at. Okay, let's see here. One more card for Sag. Okay. Well, this was pretty intense here, these first couple up here with the Nine of Swords. I was like, oh no. Because that's a card of heartache and sorrow. And, sometimes it's about putting on a brave face, that you put a brave face onto the world, but really you're crying alone at night. It could be you, it could be somebody else you're dealing with. What stood out to me though, when that star came out right after that, it's like, boys, your spirit guides and angels are trying to talk to you. Yeah, I feel this is somebody who's passed on specifically. Okay? So for many of you, if you had a loss, they're trying to reach you. So notice how she's got her hand up in front of her, like blocking. She's directly blocking the messages from spirit that are trying to come through to her directly. And the reason in the bed, I'm feeling like it's the dream state and stuff. I feel like a lot of you are getting dreams, or there's a spirit guide around you, and they want you to know they're okay too. I get that real strong, but you're blocking out, and everybody does that because we get so deep in our own grief. It's really hard to see that. It could be, if that doesn't apply to you, it could be like, it's like, see the blessing. I feel, even if this isn't a recent death for any of you, I feel like this is a person who's passed on. And whatever you are stressing out about or upset about, they are trying to come in. They are trying to help you. So there's the spirit guides are around, and more specifically, someone who's passed on, that you did know in this incarnation. That's more stronger what I want to say. Okay, it's about moving on over here. But I want to say that for some of you, this is like they're going to come and say goodbye before they really move on all the way, across the river Styx or whatever, what have you. So, but it could be too, it's just about you trying to move, it's time for you to move on, which is what this card really talks about. It's like, it's time to, put this behind you and move on. And it's not, if you are grieving, I'm not saying, don't Grieving is a very personal process. That's not what I'm saying. But if there's others, if this isn't about grieving and death, if there's some, whatever your conundrum is, that's a weird word to use too. Conundrum. That's from another era. So this person's probably from another era too. You know, like they were older. They were an older person when they were here, older than you. But anyways, whatever you're focused on or whatever's been upsetting you, it's time to like put that behind and move on. You know, and it could be, again, and I say this all the time, but it's so true, your pain pushes you until your vision pulls you. So suffering is you're being prompted to move into a different direction. And I always look at, okay, what does he leave behind? And where is he heading toward? He's heading towards this card, which is something's coming back to you that's been taken away. In this position, in reverse like this. So that's usually something from within, your self-esteem, your pride often I'll associate with this positioning. But maybe it's just you're going to start feeling better. You know, that's what's coming. Your joy. Your joy's coming back. Your mojo. Your mojo is going to come back. There's something cool really happening for a lot of you. There's some kind of new beginning in money. Ace of Pentacles and then Nine of Pentacles, smack dab after it. So that's really something that could be very prosperous, very successful. Possibly your own business with the Nine of Pentacles. Working for yourself. Note how this also lines up with the Star. So the Star's saying, hey there, wake up, stop crying there. I'm right here. And it's like, look what's here. They're trying to show you this. Nine of Pentacles is you're very successful. And it's not where you're working yourself to death, unless you enjoy that. You know, but it's about, really it's a time for leisure. You know, she's got her gardens growing and blooming. Everything's, you know, happening. And she has got time to play in the garden with the bird, and she's got on nice clothing and jewelry, and had her hair done, you know. So she's got money to, you know, beyond basic necessities here. And time to enjoy it, too. Right? But it's a new thing. It looks like it's a new venture. Ace of Pentacles. Sometimes when this card, and it is standing out to me, these three things, it can be like this is your main gig, and these are like two side projects you're working on, something like that. And maybe you already have two, and then this is the third. It could work like that. You know, it could work a lot of different ways. But it's not something that's going to be a burden on you, that you should avoid taking on because you will be burdened by it. Quite the contrary. I feel like you'll be flourishing in it. You'll be in an abundant state. You know, it's in abundance and peace and harmony. It's a very positive card, and it's almost a 10. On all the tarot cards, the ace is always the beginning, and then the 10 is the most. But the 9 is practically the 10. I mean, it's right there. So it's up there. What just as 9 of Swords is, you know, almost the 10 of Swords. That's the, you know, the grieving and the sorrow and stuff. So, well, again, the 9s, we got the couple of 9s too, so maybe that's relevant. You know, I wasn't really, that wasn't standing out to me. I was just, you know, you go from 0 to 90, you know, it's just like you're at the ace and then all of a sudden you're at the 9. That's quick, you know, so I think you'll see results fairly quickly. There is something here about justice in reverse and some kind of money thing and this King of Swords down here in reverse. So there could be somebody who is, you know, as always, not, well, I shouldn't say that, not as always, but as sometimes can happen, people see your success and they want to grab onto it, or they want to take some of it, or they want to, you know, steal your ideas or all that kind of stuff, you know, or say it was my idea instead, you know, this is this injustice. So it could be like they might try to, you know, take it and like do a knockoff of what you're doing or copy it in some way. Or they could be saying, oh, this is their idea and you copied them. I'm getting something like that. But I feel like justice is in reverse. It's not true. It's injustice. I don't feel like it's really going to hurt you, though. That's the best part. You know, usually sometimes when you see injustice in reverse and this, it's like, ooh, you might be in for, you know, having to pay out money through court costs or things like that. But not with Nine of Pentacles showing there. It's like she doesn't seem to be worried about that. You know? She's not worried about that one bit. She's, you know, hanging out with her bird, and you know, it's all good. So I wouldn't be worried about it either. But there does seem to be somebody that may pop up here, some kind of guy. Well, again, in these readings, maybe not a guy, but some kind of person who might be air, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I'm getting so strong that they see what you have. They're coveting you, you know. So they see what you have, or they think, oh, I can do that, and they run off and try to do it on the side, or oh, I'm gonna get a piece of that. Like they want a piece of that. Like there's a jealousy, or they're after. And I would just stay in that calm state like she is. Just like, don't let it ruffle your feathers. No pun intended. And you have that star and that blessings and everything there. There will be some sort of decision made, but it feels like there's a load lifted off your back. So whatever it is, it's like, here, maybe I have to pay you $400 to go away. Go away. It could be like that, or whatever. It's like whatever. It's not a big amount of money. I mean, maybe it's $40, or maybe it's $4,000. It's what you might not consider a lot of money in comparison to what's going on here. And the load is lifted off your back, and it's better. So stay calm, stay centered. Spirit's sending you stuff big time here. We're having this, they say this Sun conjunct Jupiter is the luckiest day of the year. We have Venus conjunct Jupiter the first of the month, and that's lucky for everybody. And with you being the Sag, that's trining your stuff. So you're in harmony with that, and that's something really cool could really happen here. If any decision is made, it doesn't affect you, or don't even let it. If you have to, like, it feels like there's like small amount of money, and as I said, that's relative. Maybe it's $4, who knows. It's relative to what you would consider a small amount of money as comparison to what this is. So, yeah, star is the biggest thing here. So if I were you guys, I would be making a dream journal. When I get these two cards together, I feel like Spirit is really coming in and trying to help you. And if you ask for a dream, I think you're going to get it. I didn't even realize it till just this second, but the star has the bird on it too. And this card has the bird on it too. So maybe something about a bird, with this, like when I see the cardinals, I always think of some of the members of my family. It was my dad at first, and now it's my grandmother and my dad with the cardinal. Oh, dog, don't start barking. Something's going on up there, but hopefully I got him where he can't bark. Sorry if he does. But the bird, maybe the bird, hearing the bird sing is going to remind you, or if you have that in your family, oh, my grandmother always loved that kind of bird, whatever. Because 2 times we got these birds showing up here. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. No, buddy, come here. You don't have to bark because they are. Come here, you're a good boy. Okay, let's take a look at these animal totem cards for you guys, for Sag, for July. And again, these are the Beast Mistress Animal Totem cards of my own design, and this book is here, and you can find all that stuff under the Goods and Services link. Sag. Possum. Oh, I was so hoping we would get a bird. But possum. Well, I'm gonna put it on the screen because I realized that this is not the greatest plan sticking in front of the camera. So it'll be up on the screen, but I'm going to read what it says here. Dreamer of dreams, seer of visions. Pause, create space for enlightenment. Breathe. Keep your plans and ideas private. Know when to assert and when to play dead. This is so key to this reading, I would say. The spirit and the dreams, like what did I just get done saying? Keep a dream journal. Here comes this, this is because they're nocturnal. And, they see vision, it's just like the hangman, too. It's like this being in a meditative state. It can relate to that. Keep your plans private. Because somebody might come in and be trying to, horn in on your action, basically, right? But yeah, it is about knowing when to play dead and when to act. I'm feeling like playing dead here, too, in a way. Like not letting your feathers get ruffled. Like never let them see you sweat even. Something like that. Like play like it doesn't bother you. Even though it probably is an annoyance, just kind of not let it be. Okay, when I was creating these cards, it was my intention. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get the dog to come over here because there's some kind of commotion outside. But anyways, me doing that is less intrusive than the dog barking in the video. He's here. Okay, I want you guys to take a look at these cards. Because it was my intention when I created these cards that there be messages in here. Look at the shapes, what stands out to you. And as always, if you see a possum for real, or one like this as an image, or even in your phone, or on TV, or whatever, be sure to know that that is confirmation number 1. And please leave it in the comments. I love, that's my favorite thing to hear when you guys do get your animal totem confirmations. Okay, so this is Vicki Verley. Hang on because I got a couple more things. I'll be right back. I got a few more things I want to talk to you about. Have a great July, and I'll talk to you next month. Hi everyone, before we go, I wanted to let everyone know that I've signed up for Patreon. So if you want to I mean, you can still donate through PayPal and through Google Wallet. But if you enjoy all the free content that I post every month, you can sign up to Patreon, and it's just my name, patreon.com/VickiVerley. If you go on my main channel under the About section, you'll find all that. You know, there's a link to Patreon and everything else, how to order a mandala, how to get a reading, prints, everything that's available. And of course on Amazon, if you're learning how to read tarot from these videos, you know, you can order my book, Tarot in the Modern World. It's less than $10, very reasonable. And everything is on this Order the Mandala page. If you can't find anything else, go to the Order the Mandala page. And there we have everything. My deck, the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards is there. You know, the charts, the reports, and make a donation through PayPal. So I really do appreciate all your support. You know, it's a labor of love, but it does take up quite a bit of time to get all these readings out to you guys every month. And a little bit definitely helps. Also on my main page, you can check out some of my other channels on the home section. I've got a link to some of my other stuff here. You know, this is Vivi Creator Shorts. It's my keyboard station. And if you have small children, I have the Vicki Verley channel, which is learning songs for kids. Okay, I want to thank you all for donating and liking and sharing and commenting and subscribing to my channels. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon.